right, come on out. Meet me out front of the car.
Why? Why do you want me to meet you in front of the car?
What's that?
Why you want me to meet you in front of the car?
Because I said get out of the car and come up here now.
What is the reason?
What is the reason? Because I'm going to check you for impairment. You've been drinking, you're under the influence of any drugs, we're going to check. Come on out.
What is your name and badge number?
Trooper Shaw, 1741. This is the last time I'm going to tell you get out of this car.
Is this a lawful order?
Yeah, it is a direct lawful order.
What is the law? What law did I break?
All right, you want to go this route?
What law did I break?
Hey folks, welcome back to my channel. Today's first video comes from a cool YouTube channel called Peter Kryakov. If you haven't subscribed to his channel yet, what are you waiting for? Go check it out. So today we're diving into a video about the Kentucky State Police, where a field training officer is teaching his trainee, but not in the best way. It all kicks off with a Kentucky State Police officer telling a driver to get out of the car. Now, this would be fine if he was worried about safety, but he's actually just trying to do a field sobriety test. This is a sneaky trick that police often pull, and lots of people fall for it. Stick around till the end to learn some of these police tricks and how to protect your rights. Let's jump into the video.
All right, let's go till April. All right, come on out. Meet me out front of the car.
Why? Why do you want me to meet you in front of the car?
What's that?
Why you want me to meet you in front of the car?
Because I said get out of the car and come up here now.
What is the reason?
What is the reason? Because I'm going to check you for impairment. You've been drinking, you're under the influence of any drugs, we're going to check. Come on out.
What is your name and badge number?
Trooper Shaw, 1741. This is the last time I'm going to tell you get out of this car.
Is this a lawful order?
Yeah, it is a direct lawful order.
What is the law? What law did I break?
All right, you want to go this route?
What law did I break? Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Front of the car.
You never say why you pull me over. You never say why you pull me over.
Because you almost hit the rear end of a semi truck.
That's not true. I'm not. You're lying to me.
Okay, I'm not, and we got cameras, so.
So is it against the law to almost hit somebody?
Yes, it is.
What is against the law?
Hey?
What law is? I had an obstacle on the road.
Following too close. 4511.34.
No, this is not right.
It is right.
You're lying to me.
All right. Now, take your glasses off. Do you have any medical conditions?
I'm not going to answer any questions.
Okay. Now, if you're not going to answer any questions, do you want to do a field sobriety test?
Negative.
Negative?
Negative.
All right. Why is that?
I'm not answering question.
What's that?
I'm not answering questions.
Not answering any questions.
Yeah.
So we're not going to go through any tests and make sure that you're okay to actually drive on the roadway and you're not endangering yourself or anyone else on the road. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not going to answer any question. I didn't say anything.
Okay. All right. You got all his info. All right, go back and start on his ticket. Follow the disclosure proclamation. Is all your address and everything current on your driver's license registration? That's a question you got to answer.
No, I don't have to.
Okay.
Don't violate my rights. Don't tell me what
rights am I violating?
This is a question.
Yeah? It is a question. I'm asking you a question. Is everything current, which is a state law, to have your driver's license, the address of your driver's license?
Out.
I'm asking. I don't know where you live right now.
You don't have to know.
Again, we can go down this road. All right? Is your address on your driver's license current?
I told you I don't want to have to answer any questions.
Okay. That's a state law. You understand that, right? Correct? All right, lift your glasses up for me.
Why?
Because I told you to.
What law is this?
I got to do the best I can to check to see if you're impaired, all right?
No, I'm not.
All right, take your sunglasses off.
Is this a law?
Yes.
Police often make you feel like you have to take a field sobriety test, leading you to believe it's a pass or fail situation and that you might actually pass. But here's the thing. You can't really pass a field sobriety test. Why? Because these tests aren't about passing or failing, and you don't have to take them if you don't want to. So why do police push for it? It's all about gathering evidence. That's the real reason. You won't pass, but you can definitely end up in trouble. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying anyone should drink and drive. We all need to be responsible and accountable for our actions. But here's the truth. Many people have been arrested for DUI even when they haven't had a drop to drink. For example, a diabetic emergency can look a lot like a DUI, and suddenly you're in jail because of a medical issue. So the next time a cop asks you to take a field sobriety test, remember, you don't have to do it. Just a heads up if you're in Georgia though. Refusing the test means your license might get suspended. If there's no evidence of DUI, it won't hold up in court. I want you to know both sides here. Don't feel pressured to take the test because it's really just about collecting evidence against you. If you decide not to take it, make sure you get a good attorney. It's better to deal with a temporarily suspended license than having a DUI on your record for years. Forcing you to take a DUI test is just one of the many tricks police might try.
I am giving you an order.
But you can give me order to cut the grass here. Do I have to do it?
That's not a reasonable
I don't
request.
care. I don't care. You're harassing me. Stop harassment.
This is not
And
harassment.
stay 6 feet away from me. It's a COVID.
No.
I'm scared of you.
Right here.
Don't tell me I'm not your dog to tell me we're here.
Right here.
I'm not your dog. Turn around. Not your dog to tell me. Sit.
Take your sunglasses off for
Why?
Because I need to look at your eye.
No, you don't have to look at my ass.
Take your sunglasses off.
No, I'm not gonna take my sunglasses off. My eye hurts.
Your eye hurts?
Yeah.
From what?
It's not your problem.
Okay. Do you need a squad?
No, don't worry
You
about it.
don't need a medical assistant.
I don't need anything. I just don't need you to harass me.
How am I harassing you?
Stay 6 feet away from me.
No, sir.
What crime you suspect me committing?
Traffic violation.
This is not a crime.
It is a
This
crime.
is not a crime.
Then contest this in court. By
This
all
is
means.
not a crime. You
Give me all
cannot.
the court information that you need to get
This is
taken
not a
care of.
crime. I'm scared of you. Stay away from me.
Keep your hands out of your pocket.
So is there a law that say I have to keep my hands out of the pocket?
Yeah.
What law is this?
Now, two options are you either keep your hands out of your pockets or I'm going to pat you down, make sure you don't have any.
No, I don't want to be touched.
Then keep your hands out of your pockets.
And I don't want my car to be touched as well.
No, sir.
I don't want any consent. I'm not giving
All
any
right, then,
consent.
Keep your hands out of your pockets.
You're alive, by the way.
I what?
You are alive. You're alive.
What's that mean?
Live on Facebook. Everybody's watching you.
Okay.
Your harassment.
Okay. You almost struck the rear end of a semi.
No, that's not true.
We stopped you.
I'm gonna take your camera.
Okay.
They make it seem like you have to take a field sobriety test, like it's some pass or fail thing and that you can actually pass it. But here's the real deal. You can't actually pass a field sobriety test. And guess what? You don't even have to take it if you don't want to. So why did the police push for it? Simple. They're just trying to gather evidence against you. It's not about passing. It's about getting you in a tough spot. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying go out and drink and drive. We all need to be responsible and knowing our action. But here's the thing. Plenty of people have ended up in jail for a DUI without even touching a drink. For example, a diabetic emergency can look a lot like being drunk, and suddenly you're in cuffs for something totally unrelated. So next time a cop asks you to take a field sobriety test, remember, you don't have to. Take Georgia as an example. If you refuse the test, your license will get suspended. But here's the bright side. There's no DUI evidence to use against you in court. I just want to make sure you see both sides. Don't feel like, yeah, I'm gonna take the test, because honestly, it's not something you can pass. It's just there to collect evidence if you're stopped and an officer is pushing you to take the test. Remember, you got options. And if you choose not to take it, make sure you get a good lawyer. It's better to deal with a temporarily suspended license than have a DUI on your record for years. Just know that the police might try to make you feel like you have no choice, but you totally do.
I'm gonna take your camera.
Okay.
I'm gonna take your body camera and I'm gonna take your camera, dash camera, okay?
Yes, sir.
This is a public record.
Yeah.
How you doing, sir? What is your name and badge number? Are you supervisor? Yeah, this guy, he detained me without particular, he didn't say why I been detained. He didn't say any crime I have committed.
Yeah, it looks like you're getting a citation.
Okay, is this a crime?
Yes.
This is not a crime. And he's been threatening to arrest me because I put my hands in my pocket.
Yeah.
You want?
We want to provide for our own safety, so...
Okay, am I looking unsafe?
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know you, sir. So
Okay.
He's
being a real piece of shit and I want to go to your the department to make a complaint.
Okay.
Because he's being real crap. And I'm gonna get the camera of the vehicle and I'm gonna get his camera.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like you're going to be issued a citation.
Okay, so but I have to be detained.
So if you get your citation, then you can go.
Well, you don't have to detain me for this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a traffic violation.
It is.
So traffic violation is not a crime. Anybody commit traffic violation.
Until we're done with the traffic stop, you'll be detained. Once we're done with the traffic stop.
And he tells me he wants to arrest me. Don't look at me like this.
Well, look at you like what?
Tyrant. Staying close to me like half a feet here. Why you look me like this?
Like what, sir?
Being stupid in front of your sergeant here.
How's that?
Well, I told him already.
Okay. And how many times have I told you keep your hands out of your pocket?
Why you have to keep my hands on it?
What's that?
Why don't you keep your hands away from you? You have no...
My hands aren't in my pocket.
What is your department? What city you are? Yeah, but where is your head office? In what cities? Mansfield or Lexington? Which one? Okay.
Questions, you can call the court as well.
All right. And you're a sergeant. I just want to let you know that he's a real piece of trash. You know, this guy. This guy. Father, if you have a mic, the boots.
So folks, don't be fooled by the tricks that police might use. It's not uncommon for law enforcement to stretch the truth or manipulate a situation to get what they want. That's why it's absolutely crucial to know your rights. That you are aware of your legal protections, you're much less likely to fall into any traps they might set. You can watch the full video by clicking the link in the description below. It covers everything you need to know to be prepared for an encounter with the police, whether it's a routine traffic stop or something more serious. Knowledge is power. The police might try to deceive you or trick you into giving up your rights. But when you're informed, you can stand firm and protect yourself. Remember, in any police encounter, knowing your rights means you're in control, not them. So educate yourself, stay calm, and make sure you assert your rights confidently. Now let's watch our second clip.
Find the sheriff though. I mean, like, we followed the directions. We followed, there he is, followed the directions and no sheriff came, so. Stand down. Stand down. You don't get my idea. I haven't committed a crime. 38 Texas. Hey, let me tell you something. What crime did we commit?
You're not furnishing me your ID.
I have my 3802 states. I only need to show my ID if I'm being lawfully arrested.
Are you going to give me your ID?
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
I need ID.
I need to know what crime you're suspecting me of committing, because if you arrest me, let me talk, and then you talk. Let me talk, and then you talk. Let me, whoa, let me talk, and then you talk. Whenever you arrest me for not having committed a crime, I'm going to attach my hip to your hip for decades to come. Now, let me tell you something. You know Texas 3802? Do you know Texas 3802? Yes or no? Texas 3802, I'm going to educate you, sir. Hold it. I'm going to educate you, sir.
Wait.
I don't know. Wait. Texas 38. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Okay, what's your name?
Don't touch me. My name is Good Citizen.
What's your name?
Don't call.
What's your name? You need to ID or you're going to get arrested.
For what?
For not failing to ID.
That's a secondary charge. You can't arrest me for a secondary charge. You have to lawfully arrest me for actual crime. Listen, you're going to make a bad mistake. You're making a bad mistake. And this is what we do for a living.
Okay, good.
Okay? This is why we do this, y'all. He's going to arrest me for Texas 3802. Look it up.
Sir, this isn't Nazi Germany. You can't just
This
ask
is
for
Nazi
ID.
Germany. Stand down, sir.
False ID.
Talking sense into him. We're going to own
I'll
your...
show you mine.
We're going to own...
Let me see your ID and I'll show you mine.
Name and ID.
What is your name and badge number?
I'm going to ask you one more time.
Stand back away from me. Stand back away
I'm
from
going to
me.
be arrested if I don't give you ID. Okay, so under threat of arrest, I'm going to give you my ID. But no, I'm going to see you in court.
Yep.
For forcing my ID.
If I don't give you an ID, are you going to arrest me?
Of my Fourth Amendment rights.
Are you going to arrest me if I don't ID?
I'm afraid
You
so.
do
Are
you
you?
really
Is that what you're saying? That's the threat of arrest.
I'll give it to you, but I'm going to take you to court.
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to own you.
You don't care?
We're going to own everything you own. Do you understand that?
You came up to us hostile.
No, you don't
Let
have
him de-escalate him and then come back and talk to
Okay,
us like a
de-escalate.
man.
Stand, hey, social distance. Back up.
If you
Let me ask you something.
articulate what law I broke,
I got the call to come here
I need you to
because
articulate what law I
you were
broke.
disturbing the peace here.
We're disturbing the peace.
Well, that's the call we got.
Well, that's what they said. You come do your investigation, you find out that I'm actually engaged in a constitutional protected activity.
Fine, but I need your ID.
You don't need my ID unless I've been lawfully arrested.
Name and
3802, Texas
My name is
3802.
James.
You
You
do
feel
not
better?
need my name, my ID, unless I've been lawfully arrested.
I haven't broken a law, sir.
I need your
What are you gonna
supervisor,
put me
sir.
under? Disorderly?
He's the supervisor,
Well, I haven't been
okay?
disorderly.
So
You
is the
can't
county,
tell us fucking
is
orders.
the county attorney here? I need to speak with the county attorney. I need your supervisor.
I need the sheriff. Call
Who
the
is your
sheriff.
supervisor?
Call the sheriff now.
Well, the
I need the sheriff
Call
right
the
now.
sheriff now.
Okay, what's your name?
Your name is defendant.
Yeah. it's gotta
Okay?
be.
That's the name that you have now is defendant. I want the sheriff here right now. I'll sit here and wait.
I'll sit here and wait. Call the sheriff.
Let me have your look.
James. Sheriff, Sheriff?
We're trying to find out.
Sheriff, will you please have them back up just a little bit so we can talk without them interfering?
What's that?
Will you have them back up just a little bit so we can talk without them
That officer
interfering?
is escalating the situation. I
Yes.
don't feel safe.
De-escalate. Thank you, sir.
Okay, what's the problem?
Okay, the problem is these officers do not know the Bill of Rights, and they do not know that they cannot arrest us for no cause. There has to be a lawful reason to arrest us before we ID. And I have to be lawfully arrested in order to show my ID. You
3802
cannot
states
ID.
that I
That's
only have to
Texas
get my
3802.
information if I be unlawfully arrested. Go read the law book.
Now, we almost own your
This is what
department.
I do for a
because
living.
I almost had to give him my ID under threat of arrest.
Yeah,
and
he's not even arrested if I don't get my
he
ID.
jumps out of his
That's a
qualified
violation of the
immunity.
Fourth Amendment. Sorry.
He jumps out of his qualified
Violation of the
immunity
Fourth Amendment.
at that point. And whenever this is what we do. This is why we do this, and we show this to the whole country, that our country is being slowly rolled into tyranny because people have no idea what the Bill of Rights are. He's saying that because they called and said I disturbed the peace, how did I do that? By filming? No.
You can't
Supreme
be
Court already said that I can't be disturbing the peace by being engaged in my constitutionally protected activity. I'm a little bit elevated right now because of that crap. Okay? Now,
Well, let's
okay, well, it's,
So for what reason are we being forced to give ID under threat of arrest? That is a violation of the Fourth Amendment rights. I have the right of my person's papers and effects, and it would be a pure violation of that if you snatch my ID when I've broken no law. This is not Nazi Germany.
we're elevated because he's about
I'm going to
tyranny.
I'm the one
Tyranny.
I know, but
Tyranny.
now you get to deal with the repercussions that your officer caused.
If you want to talk to me,
What I'm saying though is when
We
you
need
have
to try
people
to
that
calm
work
down.
like this for you, this is what you have to
talk
deal
to
with.
me without yelling at me.
We de-escalate.
That's all you got to do.
De-escalate.
I would like
De-escalate.
to be able to film and practice my First Amendment right in public without
what-
being
what-
harassed by this.
Quit pointing your finger at people.
He's the one guilty.
You're talking to me right now.
I'm talking to all of
Okay,
you.
listen, what's his name?
We
We won't point fingers.
He
Let me
never
let me
even
get a
told
name.
me his name
Don't
and
point
ID.
fingers. We'll get a name. What's your name, sir?
See?
Y'all have
That's
to.
failure
You're my
to
public
ID.
servant. You put that badge on. You don't have rights. You have you have duties.
That's failure.
You have duties,
Don't-
and
don't
you
wanna
have
feel-
limitations.
Yes,
you
I
don't
want to
have
film and be
rights.
left alone.
Film what you want.
Okay, and then
go.
tell him to leave me alone.
All right.
Film what you want as long as you don't bother people.
Learn
Thank
the
you.
First
What you want.
Amendment. You're not getting my ID.
Thank you.
Film what you want and go on.
This is public property. If I have the right to go, if I'm free to go, I'm free to stay.
Whenever I'm ready to leave town, I'll send you an email and identify myself.
Well, no, the chief already spoke. I want to talk to you. You're a tyrant. Get out of here. No, I will never.
There's no
take my
expectation of
You're a
privacy in
tyrant,
public.
sir.
I'm gonna point this camera in public wherever I want to point it.
If I'm free to go, I'm free to stay. If y'all would leave me alone and let me get my rest of my film,
Y'all
then
have
there would be
badge
no issue.
numbers, sir?
I need his name and badge number.
Y'all
so I
have
can
badge
file a formal
numbers?
complaint. What is his name and badge number so I can file a formal complaint?
About what?
About trying to force me to give an ID. He said
He did. He
was gonna
tried.
arrest me.
We need ID.
He threatened to put me in a cage if I didn't give him my papers, like a Nazi soldier.
If you keep yelling at me, you will be arrested.
Well, that's freedom of speech.
I'm not yelling at you.
This is freedom of speech.
But no, it's not freedom of speech to come yelling
I
at
have
me.
freedom of speech.
You're not going to be yelling at
Do
me.
you have a decibel meter to say that I'm being too loud?
It bothers me. It is. That's all you need to know.
It bothers us that
Do
that
it.
our law
This
enforcement's
Nazi
practicing
guy's
tyranny.
trying to
Do
force
what
me
you
to
got
give
to
him
do
papers.
and move on.
You're not getting my ID unless I'm lawfully arrested for something.
Identification, sir. I need it now to
Do
file a
what you got to
complaint.
do and move on.
I need his name and identification number.
You don't have
I
to.
need
We
his
do.
name and
We do have
identification
to.
Don't
number.
get anything.
The
I'm
judge
not
is
asking
watching,
you
Failing
sir.
to identify?
I'm not asking
You're
you
failing to
anything.
identify.
Don't give
It's
me
part of your
anything.
procedure to identify yourself when you come in contact with the witness.
It's not part of our policy to identify unless we've been lawfully
You
arrested.
go to jail. You step down real quick.
And it's also Texas 3802 law that you can't demand ID from me unless I'm lawfully arrested for having committed a crime, which means there's got to be a victim. Where's the victim?
Right now, there's none.
No, there's no victim. There's nobody hurt. There's no bodily harm. There's no harm.
No
Like I
laws
said,
broken.
go film. But when somebody tells you,
Oh, listen to the song change.
I am not an indentured servant. I can point this camera anywhere I want it. It's my God-given protected right that my family and your family bled their blood to protect.
I'm going to film here all day if y'all want to
Okay,
act like this.
all right, I'm gonna go film. Walk away, James. Go film. Am I free to stay?
I don't feel safe walking away from y'all. I would like for y'all to leave so I can leave.
Am I free to go?
Why? I don't have a gun. You all got guns out of camera.
Am I free to
What are you
go?
afraid of? If you're afraid of a guy with a
If I'm
camera,
free to go, I'm
turn
free
in
to
your badge.
stay.
You're free to go.
I'm free to stay then.
If you're afraid of a guy with a camera, turn in your badge. If you're afraid of a guy with a camera, turn in your badge. And if you're afraid of a guy with a camera, get the hell out of here. Nobody likes that, man.
Things don't get escalated.
Things aren't. What are you trying to do?
They're already escalated.
Things have already been escalated by this tyrant.
Just go on and do what you got to do.
So now you're gonna make a funny face like you weren't a tyrant. You didn't get my ID though, did you? Yeah, but I'm good.
H. Cook. Cook, y'all have badge numbers here?
Yes, sir.
Can I get your badge number, please?
ID?
Hang on, hang on.
Identify.
Can I get your badge number, Mr. Cook?
Go on and do what you got to do.
I am. I'm asking Mr. Cook for his name and badge
What I
number.
have to do is go file a complaint on that officer now.
So go find a complaint.
I need his name and badge number.
So you go find it.
So you're not going to give me the name and badge number as the sheriff.
No, I'm not going to give you anything.
Wow, that was going to be
Okay, there we go. That's all we need. All right, we'll see y'all in court.
Yep. Fuck God, stay, man.
Have a good day. God bless you.
God does bless me. He blessed me with a pelotas grandotas to do what I'm doing to protect my great-granddaughter from tyrants like you. Tyrants. That's why we do what we do right there. Look it up. Texas 3802 says I don't have to identify.
Stop yelling at them. They're going to try to get some disorderly.
They're disorderly.
In the United States, individual rights are important and protected. One of these rights is the freedom to refuse to provide identification to law enforcement officials. This right has been a topic of debate and confusion in recent years. So it's crucial for every American to understand their rights regarding identification. Individual rights are the foundation of American democracy. The Constitution and Bill of Rights, created by the Founding Fathers, ensure that every citizen can live, work, and pursue their dreams without fear of persecution. These rights include freedom of speech, religion, assembly, the right to bear arms, and due process of law. One fundamental right is the right to privacy, which includes keeping personal information private, like one's identity. Law enforcement officials are obligated to respect this right, and individuals can refuse to provide identification unless legally required. This video emphasizes the importance of knowing your rights regarding identification. Individuals have the right to refuse to provide identifying information, especially if they haven't committed a crime or are suspected of one. This right is significant, protecting individuals from potential abuse of power by law enforcement officials. While there are situations where providing identification is legally required, like when pulled over while driving, in other situations with no clear legal requirement, individuals have the right to refuse. It's not about being difficult or uncooperative. It's about protecting individual rights and preventing potential abuse of power. Therefore, it's essential to be aware of our rights and the limits of law enforcement officials' power. To protect our rights, we should be respectful and cooperative with law enforcement officials, but also know our legal rights and assert them when necessary. Education on our rights, including reading up on the Constitution and the laws that protect them, is crucial. In conclusion, knowing our rights regarding identification is vital. It's a right that deserves respect, and we shouldn't hesitate to assert it when needed. Refusing to provide identification is a tool for protecting individual rights and preventing potential abuse of power. Let's all be aware of our rights and stand up for them. Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts on the officer's actions in the comments. Give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Visit the channel to appreciate the person for standing up for our rights. Find the links in the description.
I wanted to come and do some press.
You wanted to do some press?
On one side, I was talking to another dipshit on the other side.
Okay.
So basically, this was drafted up because he had been going up the second floor, specifically harassing.
Hey.
I'm talking to him.
That's
right now,
hearsay.
sir.
He's- that's hearsay.
He's
He's saying-
away, sir. All
He's
right.
saying I'm harassing
Okay,
people.
Let me talk to
I
this
haven't.
gentleman, and then
That's
I'm going to talk to you.
hearsay.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
there's
you can't be saying
two
that.
sides of the story. I'm going to talk to him, and then I'm going to talk to you.
That's
Okay.
exactly.
All right. So give me a minute. all
Okay.
right?
Can't be saying I'm harassing people when I'm not.
That's what happened. Because he's coming in and asking for press.
We need to step outside and talk, okay? All
Oh, what's
we need
this
to step
for?
outside the building and talk, okay? Otherwise, I'm going to have to put you in handcuffs and escort you outside, okay?
Also, under threat of arrest,
So
you're
can we go
gonna.
outside and talk?
Am I being trespassed?
Huh?
Am I being trespassed?
Sir, you have an order, all right, that you're supposed to coordinate your
An
visits. to
order
Mr.
from who?
From the attorney's office, okay?
They can order me around?
Yes.
How can they order me around?
You've been given a notification that you have to coordinate your visits here.
Some notice?
All right.
So there's
It's a letter-
discriminating
It's a
against
letter of
me.
no trespass. No, it's not.
Sir, officer, what's your name and badge number?
Deputy White. My badge number
Deputy-
is 398.
Okay, you know you're supposed to be protecting
Sir, I need you
the
to put the
people
camera
from
down.
the government,
I
not
need you to put the camera down, or
protecting the government from the people.
we need to go outside, or I'm gonna have to put you in handcuffs.
So you're gonna
Okay.
under
Let's go
threat
outside.
of arrest.
Let's go outside.
Under threat of arrest.
I'm
I'm coming
recording
out.
this too, sir.
Oh, well, yeah, but your camera might end up missing. Your camera might end up missing. This is not
Can I
lawful.
speak for a minute?
This is not
It is
lawful.
lawful. It is lawful.
No, it's not lawful.
Yes.
It's
from the
not
county-
lawful.
It's from the county attorney's office, sir.
Just because it's from the attorney's office doesn't make it lawful, officer.
What would you think make it lawful?
Your
What would you think would
the
make it lawful?
Constitution is what's lawful,
All right, sir.
and you made an oath to the Constitution, right?
Sir, there.
You're not going to answer me. You're not going to answer my questions.
Yes, I made an oath, but
An oath,
there-
which is more important.
But they can
right?
still trespass you from the building, which you cannot enter upon. Okay,
They can't trespass me unless I'm committing a crime.
that's not true.
That's true.
No.
This is public property.
Okay,
I have
so-
every right to be
okay.
in public property and on public
They don't
property.
want you in the building anymore. All right.
They
It's in
can't
your
stop
best
me
interest
from
if
being-
You just leave. Okay.
They can't stop me from being in there.
Yeah. All right.
I'm not gonna leave from property.
and
You're
can-
making me
and you
leave
can-
from
and you
property.
can
You're gonna have
contact-
to arrest
when
me.
you want to come back, you can contact Mr. Chapman.
I'm not going to contact him. That's discriminating. Why do I have to do it and no one else does? Why does everybody else have to do it?
What's your information, sir? What's your first name?
I'm not giving you my name. Go look for it. You can't trespass somebody from public property unless they're breaking the law. I'm surprised you don't know this, Officer White.
What's your business here?
To conduct press,
What kind of press?
gathering content, matters of public interest. People want to know what their money is being spent on. They want to know how it's being spent. They want to know where they can get these services, how they serve you, how good is the service. All this is of public interest.
What's your date of birth, Mr. Bender? Conceal your identity from me? while
I'm not
conducting an
concealing my
investigation? All right, I'm conducting an investigation. You're
What
concealing your identity.
crime are
What's your-
you
what's your-
convicted?
What's your date of birth?
What crime are you
I'm trying to determine whether
investigating?
Or not, okay, I'm trying to determine for you whether or not this is a valid restraining order. Okay.
It's not a restraining order.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
You know what a restraining order is?
Trespass order. Excuse me. Trespass.
That's
order.
not a trespass order. I have permission to come here as it says.
Listen to me.
But they're trying to put rules on it,
You're not listening to me.
which isn't lawful.
Listen to me. All right. I'm trying to help you out and verify whether or not there is a valid trespass order against you from the building. Okay. All right. In order to do that, I need your birthday.
No, you don't need my birthday to see if it's valid. That has nothing to do with that. So we can have
We can have a dialogue.
dialogue.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So they're not saying you can't come up here. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
What they're asking, and they're asking this as politely as they can, all right, is for you to coordinate with Mr. Chavez when you want to visit and who you want to speak to. That's all they're asking. That's what the other members of the press do, and that's what they're asking you to do, okay? Because people work here, all right, and you just show up, you go start talking to people, they take it as harassment, they're trying to do their job.
I understand.
So far, does that make sense?
No, not the last part that you're saying.
Okay.
Okay?
Well,
Just because they think they're being harassed.
People feel harassed.
They can feel it, but there's a difference being actually harassed and feeling harassed.
Okay.
Okay? I'm not doing anything that's physical, anything that's threatening. I'm a far distance away from the people that I'm recording. I'm not engaging with them.
Okay.
I'm not doing anything.
That's fine, but please coordinate with Mr. Chavez. If not, if you refuse to abide by what they're asking you to do, they will, and they can criminally trespass you from the building.
They can.
And if they do that,
They can't
anytime
trespass
if
me.
they
They
do
can't
that,
trespass.
listen to me.
No, we have to
Yes, we
debate here.
can.
We have to.
We
Remember,
can.
you said dialogue right here, right?
We can,
Okay,
and I can
let's-
criminally trespass you from the building.
You can't criminally trespass me from public
Sir.
property unless I'm committing a crime.
Sir,
What am I doing that would be committing a crime?
they're saying
By not following their rules?
They're saying you're coming in and harassing employees while they're trying to do their
That's
job.
hearsay,
not
sir.
Doing what the other press members do.
So you're
which is
taking their word
coordinate-
over my
coordinate
word.
your-
I'm saying I'm not harassing them, but you're taking their word. You're supposed to be protecting the people from
I'm
our
getting-
government.
I'm getting both sides of the story, okay? I'm getting your side, I'm getting their side, okay?
I can show you some video
They're asking.
that I haven't harassed them. Like I told you, I stay far away.
all
You're
you
not
gotta
being
do-
reasonable.
All you gotta do is contact Mr. Chavez to coordinate your visits. That's all you have to do.
But this,
Okay?
the press is meant to be candid.
Okay.
It's meant to
I'm
be
gonna give you
candid.
this.
I don't need that. I don't need that.
All right, so
Because Mr. Chavez or the lawyers, this is not, it's not even a policy. It's not, it's their protocol, which is unconstitutional. They cannot stop me from coming in when I want. They want me to.
this is a place.
If you're gonna go do a drug bust, are you gonna go tell the drug dealer, hey, I'm coming in to do a drug bust tomorrow night, okay? You guys want to clean up everything, make sure everything's okay? No, this is candid. This is press.
You're the only one here.
Can?
You're the only one here. You're the only one not doing what they've asked. You're the only one that's not coordinating.
Nobody. They haven't asked anybody else to coordinate. Ask this woman. Did she have to call?
All right, if you go back in there, they will criminally trespass you
They
from the
can't
property,
criminally trespass me.
and we'll be forced to arrest you. I don't want to do that, okay?
You can't trust somebody
Have a good
on
day,
public
Mr.
property unless they're violating the law. That's what a tyrant you are, man. A tyrant.
The auditor's argument hinges on some key constitutional points. The First Amendment, which guarantees freedom of speech and assembly, and the Fourth Amendment, which protects against unreasonable searches and seizures. The First Amendment lets people access public spaces, but this can come with reasonable restrictions like the appointment requirement to keep order and security in the building. The Fourth Amendment guards against unreasonable detentions and arrests. And now about the auditor's refusal to provide personal information and the officer's insistence. That's a gray area if the officer didn't have probable cause. If the officer's demands were unreasonable, it could violate the auditor's Fourth Amendment right. The auditor's claim of discriminatory treatment ties into the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause. To prove this, The auditor would need to show that the appointment rule was applied in a biased way. These claims usually undergo a rational basis review unless a fundamental right or suspect classification is involved, which would trigger strict scrutiny. The auditor stands that he couldn't be criminally trespassed from public property unless committing a crime is generally supported by most state trespass laws, which require unlawful presence for a criminal trespass charge. Public property complicates things because it's usually open to everyone unless there's a specific disruption or security risk. The officer's actions must be measured against principles of reasonableness and proportionality. Their demand for personal information and threat of trespass had to be justified by a real security concern or disruption. Without such a justification, their actions could be considered excessive.